me, Tanisha O.
And Ike O.
And welcome back to Tea with Tanisha O. I feel like we've been going forever.
Me too.
Oh my gosh, so tons of stuff has happened. Ike started middle school. We launched the book, of course, that you guys all know and have heard of, Empowered Stepmother. But we're back and we are on track to all our videos, right?
Yes.
So let's talk to everybody. What's been going on with you, buddy? Have you been that ace plus stellar middle schooler?
Well, I've been doing okay.
Okay. What does that mean?
That means I've had my ups and downs.
I love your honesty. So let's talk about these ups and downs, because we always have ups and downs, right?
Yes.
Mom's always talking to you about her ups and downs. We share the victories and we share those times when things get tough as well. So what's been going on? What do you feel? It's an adjustment in middle school.
Yes.
Yes. And parents always talk about that middle school adjustment. But what's up with you, love?
So we're going to be talking about how to overcome resentment towards our parents.
Resentment towards our parents. So this is huge, parents, because a lot of times children may have some resentment building up and we don't even know it as parents, right?
Right.
Woo! So here we go. Let's dig in. So resentment. Who did you have some resentment towards and where did this come from?
I had it against my biological mom.
Danielle.
Yes.
Danielle's the name we're using in the book. So Danielle, huh?
Yes.
All right. So mommy. What was going on?
Well, when I was little, mommy was telling me to be disrespectful towards you and daddy and being mean.
Okay.
And so when she was telling me that, to do that, it kind of switched over to her.
So when you were younger,
Yes.
she was giving you instructions to be disrespectful and defiant towards daddy. Did you understand why?
No, I didn't.
But were you following her instructions?
Yes.
You were. So this was, what age were you?
I want to say 5 or 4.
And you know, interestingly enough, I remember that time in your life because I remember seeing a change in you. I didn't understand why, but I did notice a change in you. So you said what ended up happening was it ended up changing to her. So it's kind of like karma. You know, what we put out, we get back, right? So
Yes.
what you're saying is the message that she was sharing with you for how you needed to behave ultimately turned back on her, and it turned her, which is tough. So we've talked about these things, and let's talk to the people about how to overcome that, because I don't want anyone to see her in a negative light. I don't want anyone to judge her because she's a beautiful person, right?
Yes.
And what's one of the things that we talk about when it comes to behavior?
Don't judge anyone by their behavior because they're beautiful, innocent soul.
Right. We may have an opinion about them based on their behavior, but we're all good people at our core, right?
Right.
No matter what decisions we make behavior-wise, if we just looked at people as good people, and a lot of times it's our pain that's leading us to make decisions that we make, right?
Right.
It's that pain. So we were able to tap into some of that and see. So let's talk. One of the things that I was able to share with Ike was I was noticing that he and Danielle, his biological mom, they seem to bring out the worst in each other. And for all those people who are thinking, how dare she say that? Guess what? The two of them agreed with me. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
They both agreed. They seem to bring out the worst in each other, and we couldn't figure out why. Why was this happening? And so what we discovered was so many times there's pain between two people, and it's hard to discuss that pain. And so instead of confronting whatever the issues are, they just get hidden and they just get suppressed further and further down. And so the pain continues. Well, what was happening was Ike was remembering from his childhood his mother telling him to be disobedient and defiant. Although Danielle doesn't remember ever saying that to him. She says that she didn't say it, and since none of us were there, I can't say she did or didn't say it, but she said she doesn't remember saying that. And so what we did was we discovered that Ike was placing his level of love from his mother based upon how defiant he was. So he thought that love came from his mother when you were what?
Defiant.
And misbehaving? Yeah?
Having negative behavior.
And why did you feel that that negative behavior was positive? Because you told me How did she respond to good news and news when you weren't so great? How did she respond?
Well, with the good news, when I would tell her, she would of course she would be happy, and she would say good job and everything. But when I had negative news, she would tap more into it.
So you felt like you received more
attention
from negative. So the negative is what you were looking for, right? So what we did was we went through a really amazing exercise. One is when we are willing and just brave enough and courageous enough to speak out loud our fears and what's really happening, then it no longer has power over us because we've said it, right? So the two of them didn't know that they were bringing out the worst necessarily. I did notice that his behavior changed when he was around her, but I just kept tapping into it because I'm like, she's a great lady and I just want to know why. We don't want this to go on forever. So we sat down, had a talk, and I reminded Ike of what did I remind you? When you and Mommy did that exercise, we don't have to tell the whole exercise, but what were the words that I reminded you of during that exercise of how precious your mother is to you and why she's so special to you?
Because she gave birth to me.
Yes.
And I was her first child.
Beyond that, what else did I share? Do you remember?
I think he said that, out of all of this, she still loves me.
Yes.
Same.
So, what I said was, in addition to those things, was your mother's your first love. Our mothers are our first love. They're our very first protector. Because when we're in their stomachs, they ensure that we get here safely. We arrive safely. So our mothers are our very first love. And to Danielle, I reminded her that she prayed for you. She prayed for this precious gift in the form of a son or a daughter. And she got a son. And just reminding her that I'm not here to replace anyone. I'm just here to add an extra level and layer of love to you, right?
Yes.
And as the peacemaker, in my role, some people call it stepmom, in my role as mom to you, it's to ensure that the two of you guys have the very best and healthiest relationship you can, right?
Right.
And so I'm committed to telling her as many times as I need to how much she's loved. And we understand that it's a unique situation because you live here with us, but does that change your love for her because you live with Daddy?
No.
Does it?
No, it doesn't.
And let's talk to people just really quickly as we get ready to wrap up to talk to them about resentment, how they can overcome resentment, and how a stepmother, what do you think a stepmother's role can be in between families when these things happen?
What a stepmother can do?
Yeah.
I would say...
Does she have to be quiet and not helpful?
No. Well, if she wants to, then yes, but I would say no, because if the stepmother is quiet, then there's no way for you and your mom, your biological mom, to get help if you guys don't, want help.
If you want help?
If you don't, you guys won't be able to help each other if you guys don't know how to.
Oh, that's a good one. So if the stepmother has some extra knowledge where she can step in, if she's quiet, they're going to miss out on that, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, good. And what do you think are some steps to overcome resentment if you have resentment against any parent?
I would say if you don't feel ready to talk to your biological mom about it, then you could go to your dad or your stepmom and talk to them about it. And then you guys can have a conversation with your biological mom, just like I had.
I love it. That's really, really, really good information. And that's a beautiful thing to share. So from our family to yours, resentment is something that does not have to overpower our families, does it?
No.
We can get through it together. We just have to be honest, right?
Right.
And be willing to open up. And even if it doesn't all happen in one day, take the first step, right?
Right.
All right. From our family to yours, we love you. Keep blending your love and go out there and get this book. You see this book right there? Yes! Go out there and get this book, Empowered Stepmother. We love you. Talk to you soon.
Ciao!